In this review, we're going to be looking at the Amazon exclusive Classic Roadblock. This roadblock comes in the standard G.I. Joe classified style packaging with the big window box where you can see all the accessories. You got the pistol, the big machine gun, the ammo canister, artwork on the front, wraps around to the side, the big mural that we're used to seeing, they seem to add to, but it's not been updated with the newer roadblock or classic roadblock. It still has the red accents, the first gen for these figures. We got our sad onion, legalese, barcode, which does you no good whatsoever because this is an Amazon exclusive. Here is Roadblock in the plastic tray. You see all the accessories. He's got a big machine gun, ammo canister, and a pistol. Here we have Roadblock outside the packaging. He looks really good. It took Hasbro 4 tries to get the roadblock we all wanted. This is the classic style roadblock. That's the version, like styled after the version 1 toy, and more like the cartoon version from the 80s. This is the one everybody wanted. I like it a lot. Now you will see a lot of stuff from the previous roadblocks. It looks like there's been 3 others besides this one. And I'm counting the repaints in that as well. We have the all new torso. The ab section, the upper torso, and the head is new. The arms, neck, and lower body is all reuse. We've seen that all before. We have a new harness. I think this is a new holster too for the big gun. I don't think we've seen that on any other figure yet. On the other figures, we've seen grenade, a holster holding grenades, but nothing for this, like a big honking gun like this. Speaking of that, let's look at the accessories. He has a new pistol, new sculpt. They're going a little more realistic with this one. And it's oversized, it's all solid green. There's no paintwork whatsoever. What's interesting is, on the end of the barrel, they actually drilled the barrel out. There's a peg hole there. I would have thought it would be compatible with Marvel Legends effects. It is not. The post on the effects for Marvel Legends is too big. It will not go in there. Now you could drill it out and make it work, but it's kind of strange. It doesn't work with these. Now I did hear that the Valiverse and their weapons packs come with muzzle flashes. And according to Bobby Valla, this is the exact diameter of his muzzle effect flashes. It's just kind of weird. You would think Hasbro would make these compatible with their own accessories, not with Action Force, which I'm fine because I have a ton of Action Force stuff on pre-order. So I'll have some muzzle flashes for these. Of course, I'll probably end up not even using these anyway and use more Action Force weapons. On his other weapon, he has big old honking Gatling gun. You'd think to see on a A-10 aircraft, not being held by somebody. Realistically, unless you got superhuman strength, you're not going to hold something like this. And all the ends of barrels have open peg holes too for muzzle flashes. And it seems kind of weird. They make these compatible for muzzle flashes, didn't give us any muzzle flashes. Either make them compatible with Marvel Legends or give us their own. And, oh, this does spin. And it's got a removable magazine, a drum style magazine. It slides on, there's a notch onto the canister, and it slides in here. And you feel like almost feels like there should be something that can turn this. Been kind of cool if it's this big. They could have actually put like a little wind-up motor. Been kind of cool. But it's just you spin it yourself, which is kind of weird. That's just fine, but if you want to do stop motion. The other accessory is his helmet. It comes on the figure inside the packaging. When I took it out, it pops right off because it's in there tight. It looks good on the figure, but almost seems like it's a little small for this head. But it fits snugly. It holds on there well. He also has a new harness. This fits on the figure really well, but it's just a little finicky. When you move the figure around, it wants to ride up, so you got to reposition it. On the harness, there's a hole in the back, and it lines up with, and they put the hole in the back for plugging in backpacks. So if you have another backpack, you can actually line it up and use it on him. If I can line it up. So it wants to move around. There we go. That looks pretty good on him. You got Duke's backpack fits in here. It's kind of weird. They didn't standardize the peg holes on the back of their own line. So like the Snake Eyes one was too big to fit in there, but the Duke one fits. I don't get why they don't standardize stuff. That's kind of strange. With the head, it looks really good, and I really like Roadblock being a little more grizzled, more like he's seen some action. The other head was fine, but to me, it looks too youthful. So like, this is Roadblock in his 20s. That still looks good. To me, it just doesn't say Roadblock. But the helmet does look really good on his head. It looks a little better scaled for this head. But it's not very secure. If you want to use this helmet here, if you want to make sure it don't fly off, you might want to use a little bit of sticky tack. The articulation is the same as like we've seen on all the other Roadblocks. We have a disc hinge on top with a ball peg. You can go up and down. There's a ball peg at the base of the neck, and it allows for movement there. You can actually rotate the neck. Disc hinge shoulders up to here. Full 360. There's a little bit of butterfly joint. You get a little bit back, a little bit forward, not much. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Hinge and swivel wrist. He has horizontal hinges instead of vertical hinges. Horizontal hinges instead of vertical hinges. For gun holding hands, they really need to be vertical hinges, and really, we're paying a premium for these figures. We should be getting different sets of hands. I don't get, because with Marvel Legends, they got to pay license fees. G.I. Joe's their stuff. They don't have to pay no license fees. They can give us more accessories. We need extra hands. In Marvel Legends, we're getting extra hands for nearly the same price as these. Come on, Hasbro. Quit cheaping out. There's an ab crunch. And crunch forward. The harness will bunch up when you use the ab crunch. Pop up. Go back really far. Gets a little ugly when you go really far back, but I think I'm going to actually take this harness off. It's a little annoying. But you have a double ball peg connecting the ab crunch to the pelvis piece, so you get a lot of movement. You get side to side, and you get some crunch out there. There's your waist twist. Ball jointed hips. We've dropped down hinges. They go up and down. Kick forward. Back this far. Out to the side. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Boot swivel. Hinged ankles. Back and forward. And ankle pivots. It's all stuff we've seen before. These are super articulated figures. I like these a lot. I just wish they had some little extra accessories like for the hands and stuff, like I mentioned, for help with posing, and doing some ACBA, and just for handling weapons properly. It's like every hand now is a trigger hand. It'd be nice to have some pointing hands, some style pose hands. That should be totally in the budget, because this is the fourth time they've given us Roadblock. Yes, they gave us a new torso, a new head. And even the gun's going to be reused here soon on the motorcycle that's coming with on the Cobra Island Rider series. But come on, give us some hands. To me, but still yet, I'm glad to get a Roadblock that we all been wanting. This is the Roadblock I've been wanting. This is what the G.I. Joe classified line should be. I really like this figure. This is the type of G.I. Joe's classified should be doing. Updates to classic G.I. Joe characters from the updates of the original figures, not the weird hybrid crossover video game style they were started out with the baby blues, golds, and bright reds. It's weird stuff. It seemed like it would have been a no-brainer and a slam dunk if they just started like this from the get-go and did all the Joes like this. Updates to the classic figures, and looks like a update to the Sumbo cartoon. I love this. I really like it a lot. The only nitpicks I got with it is the harness. It wants to ride up if you try to articulate the figure too much. You got to pull it down, but it's not real bad once you pose your figure. You just got to reposition the harness. The gun's a little ridiculous. It's oversized, too big. I know he's known to carry a Modus, but that thing is huge too. But even that's more realistic than this thing. This thing is just should be on the bottom of an A10, not trying to be held up by a human being. It's just way too big. If you had superhuman strength, is one thing. But G.I. Joes are real people, or depicted as wise. But if you see this pop back up on Amazon, don't hesitate. This is great. If you like the Joes, grab this. And he's a great addition to my ever-growing Roadblock army. Some of these are been customized, but he's a well addition to all the different Roadblocks. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the review. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.